Well, hello everyone. I wanted to show on my next trash to treasure. Um, I've had these notebooks for a while here, and I was getting ready to maybe get rid of them, give them out. I've been going through a lot of items in the house, and I come across this Bible study that I had downloaded, and this is no ad for this. This just wanted to show what I was doing with them. Um, I printed these Bible studies out, and I decided to use them in the notebooks instead of throwing the notebooks out. I probably, if I were going to use this for this project, I probably would have purchased a inch and a half or 2 inch to give me more room because I was right at the capacity for each of these two, but I used what I had. So I used the 1 inch for these. So I thought this would be a great idea to show in case anyone is doing any homeschooling, they needed to print out any materials or working from home. This is a good idea to use an older binder and resurface that as well. So here's what I did. I hole punched my items, of course, and I put them in there. Then I got a piece of cardstock. This is heavier scrapbook paper, so this is some cardstock. And then I'm using that We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder punch. So I recommend this punch. I have it in my suggested Amazon, and the link is in my box. That punch gives me all different kind of corner rounders that I would need, and so I used the one that was suitable for that. And then, as you can see, I'm ready to go. So, like I said, I used a heavier cardstock on the bottom, and then I used the paper, the printer paper on top. So all I'm doing here is just sizing it before I use my Mod Podge. This Mod Podge is from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to slather a little bit of that on first. Get my brush going here. And pour a little bit more than I needed out, of course. But then once I get that going, I get a good coating on the bottom. And then I'm ready to put my paper on top. And then you can use glue as well. I like using Mod Podge on a project like this because it gives you a smooth, rather than if you try to use a glue gun, you'd have this, you'd have the big tracks of glump here, and this will give you a smooth transaction, and it holds pretty well for me. So now I'm just going to seal it down on top, and then you can see the process that I do with that. Just using the Mod Podge the same way that I put it on there, I just maybe put it on a little bit more gently. And then you can see I'm laying my thin paper on top. So I put my nice thicker paper on the bottom and then put in my smoother paper on top. And of course, it's going to give me some wrinkles because this is a lightweight paper. But as I can show you in the next clip, I did 2 of these. So on this one, I can show you how I kind of helped a little bit. I kind of did a little bit of smoothing it down. I just use this bone folder that I've been using for smoothing down my projects, and I use that as so. And then just did the same thing with that one. Okay, so for the next time portion, I pulled out my rhinestones here and used some bling, as I wouldn't be without me if I didn't. And this is a good idea if you're using an older notebook or something that already you have written down the spine. As long as it's holding together, you can cover that right up. So what I'm doing here is I'm just lining up my spine here and take the labeling off. And if you already had something on there, you can scrape off as much as you could. But then I'm just going to add this ribbon trim here. This is all ribbon trim from my stash. I believe this is Hobby Lobby trim. And I thought that that would make a cute addition. So I'm just adding some glue down the spine. And then I'm going to add that trim right on top. So as I press down, I'm just going to add the glue along the center. And then I'm just going to come across, and then the little pieces on the side, I'm going to lightly go in and reinforce that. So once I get that trimmed up really good, all I'm going to do is just add, like I said, the little rhinestones to the middle, and that finishes up my project. This was really quick, and it just helps you reuse and resource what you have. So this was quick and simple. Thanks for watching, and see you later, Craftinistas.